When AI first burst onto the scene a little over a year ago, everyone was talking about the end of work as we know it and how everyone was going to lose a job and the computers were taking over the world. Well, that hasn't happened. Does that mean that AI is a bust? No, it doesn't. But really smart teams are utilizing AI to benefit their companies right now. I'm going to tell you how AI has helped our company and how we're seeing our clients utilize AI to benefit their teams and make their companies more efficient. Let's get into the episode. In today's episode, I'm going to talk to you about AI and how it can be benefiting you and your company even in these early days. I'm going to talk about how it can be utilized in customer service and in admin and data processing, and really how you can be focusing on leveraging your teams to better utilize AI to make your company more efficient and more profitable. Some of the benefits that I've seen within my own company and with some of our clients' companies is in the analysis and the deep dive into large data. So if you're getting a spreadsheet of data and you're trying to figure out how to sparse that data, how to find trends, how to find insights within that data, using AI is really a helpful tool in that effort. What I've seen is taking a spreadsheet and throwing it into ChatGPT and asking it to look at that data and find trends, find demographics, find areas where you like locations and age ranges and other insight that you maybe would not be able to find if you're just looking at a large spreadsheet on your own. Additionally, up to 52% of companies right now are utilizing AI to sparse keyword research for their SEO work. We've utilized that ourselves in our own company, and it's really improved our SEO efforts with the company. And what you're able to do then is really kind of get into some research into what keywords are going to work for your company and the advertising strategy that you have. And that's stuff that I think for small and medium-sized businesses, you didn't have access to in the past. I think a lot of times when I'm talking to other business owners and they're saying, hey, I've got all this data that I don't know how to figure out, and should I hire a VA to go through that data and figure it out? And a lot of times I'm telling them, you know what, have you tried just throwing it into ChatGPT and asking the same questions? If you want to throw a list of companies in there and you're saying, what are the websites associated with these companies, or who are the CEOs? I would say throw it into ChatGPT and see what happens. I think there's a lot of opportunities where you're going to have data and gleaning information from the data, or even taking it to another step, is really going to be important. Now, if you can have an admin person or a researcher that knows how to utilize those tools, either with Tachi or somebody else, then you're really empowering those people. And so when people were looking at AI and saying, "Oh, we're gonna lose jobs," what I told them at that time is, no, you're going to make your employees more empowered. They're going to make them able to access information and provide better results. And that's really exactly what's happened. Our people now are able to review data and come up with smart analysis that maybe they didn't have the skills to do in the past. That's really an area where I've seen improvement with our teams. Additionally, there's a lot of softwares now that have incorporated AI into their tools, whether or not it's Google or Microsoft or Zoom or any of these other large companies that have done that. And what I've done with my company is I've really encouraged our teams to look at those tools and see how you can utilize those tools within that software to make you more efficient. And in utilizing it myself and seeing how my team utilizes it, I'm getting much better responses from my team. The emails that they write me, the data analysis that they give me, the insights is really amazing. And it's to see an employee that I thought was great before, all of a sudden giving me even better data, even better analysis, even better ideas is really something I'm super excited about. Additionally, with AI, now you're able to create ideas that and have that creative process that is expanded beyond what you were doing before. If we're thinking about a marketing campaign, or if you're even just thinking about an email that you're sending to a client and how to respond in an empathetic or professional or humorous way, AI can really help you with that. I do think you have to be careful though in utilizing AI and just, putting the data in there and getting the response and not even thinking about it and hitting send. Really, with AI, you need to be the cook. AI could be the extra seasoning or the extra touch to make it a little bit better, but you need to be the one that's directing AI in what you need to be doing. And so if you just throw a query into AI and you're like, write an email to a client on this subject, it's going to be obvious. It's not going to have that personal touch. It's not going to have that insight that you as the owner or an employee of a company knows with regard to the details of that email or that booklet or whatever it is that you're creating. If you don't have that insight and that knowledge and you're just an AI and you're creating it based on generic information that you have on the web, it's not going to have that personal touch. So as the user or as the prompt engineer, if you will, you need to be the one that's directing it. You need to be the cook in the kitchen, and AI is just a tool to make that pie that you're creating a little bit better. And so I really want to emphasize that looking for opportunities to use AI is amazing, and I think it can really improve your business. But you have to be careful about making sure that you're still the one that's directing it, because that's going to make sure that the results that you get are to the level that you want it to be and doesn't get watered down into this generic robot sounding thing that people are gonna weed out, and then it's gonna ruin your reputation. So you got to be careful about that. Here are some examples of how you might want to use AI within some specific departments or industries within your company. For accounting, there's cash flow analysis, there's transaction categorization, error reduction. Additionally, there's more minute things. I know that I utilize AI a lot just for creating really complicated formulas in Excel. If you want to create a formula that analyzes one row or column and produces an answer with putting it into formulas and such, utilizing AI to create that formula is amazing. I consider myself a pretty good Excel user, and I'm amazed by the advanced level of formulas that can be created using Excel. And then creating graphs or looking at data and providing feedback or analysis of that data. I use that a lot as well when I'm looking at a balance sheet or if I'm looking at transaction data and asking AI some questions about trends or peaks or seasonality, and I'm able to get responses. Now, again, you need to check everything that comes out of it, and you need to make sure that it passes the smell test and really want to confirm everything that you're getting. But the idea creation and the ability to kind of go beyond what you might have been comfortable doing yourself, I think really is a powerful tool. One of the most common uses of AI is in sales and marketing. And obviously it's an idea creation, it's content creation, creating scripts, all of that stuff. And I think that's one of the most common uses of AI. Again, you want to be very careful about not just taking the script and the content and the text that you get from AI and just throwing it straight into social media or other places, because that content then is going to be generic and bland and sound like a robot created it. But there's other utilizations as well. You can utilize AI to take a video and create a transcript of that video. We've taken videos and put them into AI and asked it to write a transcript of that video, and then utilize that transcript to to tweak it, to change it, to make it a little bit better, clean it up, and then you can put it into another AI and have an AI voice read that transcript for other videos that you might be creating that's been tweaked and improved. So I think that there's kind of multiple uses there where you can look at AI in a way that isn't obvious up front to create new content that is a little bit more in depth, a little bit easier to digest, and has that professionalism that you want for your company. Another place where everyone thinks about AI is in customer service. Creating a chatbot that can answer questions in real time for clients is becoming more and more common. And I think that that's something that everyone should look into. But one thing that I want to say is, as far as our experience with our employees and something that we implement for our internal processes, as well as what I see clients utilizing for their clients and employees, is that you want to be upfront about these chatbots that they're AI. You don't want to be trying to pretend that they're humans, because you're going to get found out real quick. And so again, understanding where AI fits into your process and being honest with your audience, I think really is important. And so a chatbot that is a chatbot, you want to make sure that that's open and upfront with your clients or your employees or whoever it is that's utilizing that chatbot. And I think that as we move forward and the chatbots get better and better, employees and clients and people who are utilizing them are more and more comfortable with that. And that's certainly been our experience that we've seen with our employees and clients. One area where I've seen AI and heard about it with our clients is in cybersecurity. So having an AI look at the monitoring the use and the data that's being put through a server can really be important in identifying hacking attempts or failures in the system before or as it's happening. In fact, I was talking with a business owner a little while back about data systems where they have an AI monitoring the usage of the data system and spikes and everything to identify when a hacking attempt is happening or when there might be a failure even before it happens. And some of the stories that they were telling me is amazing about how these AIs can look at that data and really identify problems before they arise. So that might be a little bit more of an advanced use, but it's a situation where I think that AI is being utilized to look at specific data and interpret that faster than humans could, and is beyond just kind of the sci-fi robots and stuff like that somebody thought and thinks about when they first heard about AI. Another department that's really seen an uptick in AI use is human resources. So we utilize AI in our company to look at the employee data, to look at the onboarding process, to help with the recruiting as well. AI can parse through resumes to find the best candidates. It can also look at responses from the candidates to really kind of find the best candidates prior to a human having to go through them. When we put out a job ad for a position, we get hundreds of resumes, and having a AI do that initial screening really is helpful. But then also, once they're on board, I think there's a lot of opportunities for HR departments to utilize AI in determining when people are taking vacations, when there are sick days, when somebody looks like they might be heading towards leaving a company. These are all things that AI can be analyzing and deciding what's coming up down the road that you may not notice as a human looking at that same data, or you may not have time to be paying attention to. So additionally, a lot of the HR softwares that are out there now are implementing and inputting AI into their systems. And so we really encourage our teams to fully utilize those systems and understand them and try and use them in a smart way so that they're controlling it and not being controlled by the systems. And so I think that as long as you have that as your strategy, you're going to be protecting yourself and getting the most out of those systems. So that's a quick overview of where I see AI nowadays within our own company and with our clients. I think that there was a lot of misconception when AI first came out, that there was going to be this huge influx of AI, but that was going to result in employees losing their jobs, that there was going to be a dark time for employees. And I pushed back against it at the time. I really felt that this was a great opportunity for employees to raise their game and for companies to become more efficient and for the general output of companies to become better. And I think that's really what's happened. If I'm looking at the output from our own company, I'm really impressed by how I think we've raised our game. I think how our emails to our clients and our employees and the content that we create and just the way we analyze data, all that stuff has gone up a level. And I think that's true for a lot of our clients and a lot of the business owners I talk to as well. What AI has done is it has raised the floor. And it really has shown that this is going to make everyone a little bit better. So what does the future hold? I think that AI is going to continue to do that. It's going to continue to raise the floor as these companies like Microsoft and Google and other large companies implement AI within their systems and allow the users of those softwares to become more adept or more in control and do greater stuff with their softwares. It's going to make everyone better. Now, I do think that there's going to be some winners and losers, and unfortunately, software developers are an area where there's a reduction in that staff as software developers have become more efficient, and maybe you don't need as many of them. But that being said, I do think that maybe there was a little bit of reduction in staff as a result of them building up during the COVID era and now right-sizing to maybe something that's more in line with what they need to do. But for the general population, I've seen nothing but good things, and I think that's going to happen for a long time. And as there's areas where like this work is less needed because AI is doing it, it allows that employee to be freed up to do other things, and that's the way it's always worked. Whether you're talking about other computer advances that have happened in the past, but I think that's also going to happen in the future. So from my standpoint, the future is bright, and these are exciting times that we're living in. Again, I'm Brian Luoma. This is the Philippine Business Playbook Podcast. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you feel so inclined, please share this with your fellow business owners and your friends, anyone that might have questions or concerns or wondering how they can implement AI in their business today. Hopefully there's some info here that can help you. And of course, do all those things. Hit the like button, put some comments down below. We'd love to start a conversation there. And certainly subscribe to our channel. All that stuff helps us get the word out, talk to more people, promote working in the Philippines and finding advantages there. These are all things that help us get the word out. So until next time, have a great day and looking forward to talking to you some more.